This Monday, take a break from the chopper. Look at Buddy Gill. All right, guys, behind me, you see this Moto 105. Not a bad little mini bike. They're really reasonably priced, but they're still pretty complete. I mean, this guy here, I picked it up super cheap. As you know, we got the boys a couple of Coleman bikes, and I picked up a really poor example of another bike for, I think I paid like 75 bucks for it, but it really needed some help. But because I do have an addiction to Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and things like that, this week I was running, and I really want to have 3 of these to where I can go putt around in the woods with the kids. Naturally, my fat ass would need a 5 or a 6 horsepower motor on mine, so I will build one eventually. But for the near term, to where I can get out with the boys and do something probably this weekend if the weather holds up, this is going to be our video for today. We'll go over it real quick and see what you think. I'm pretty tickled with it. Let's get started. All right, so here's the bike. I got it up on the table with an engine stand on it. Couple little things, you know. I mean, it's really dirty. It's been sitting around for a while. Runs real good. Has a decent rear tire on it. I've got a spare front tire already from the other little project I was talking about. The only real damage is right here. As you can see, the bottoms of the forks are broken off, and it's missing the front tire. The guy I bought it from said that his friend backed into it with the car, ran over it, snapped off the bars. So don't really know, but got it for a really good price. It's got a little age on it. You can tell it's been sitting out in the weather. But I'm going to clean it up, get all the yuck off of it. And I've got another set of forks that I just painted black. These are just regular straight, you know, hard leg forks. But they'll get it done. It'll make it to where at least I've got a little machine to ride around with the kids. Maybe this weekend we can go do a little trail riding, and I'll throw a little footage of that in on the back side of this. So before I start tearing into it and cleaning it up, we'll give it a pull. It runs really good. I mean, let me sit this down so I don't. Let's see here. Gas is on. Choke is on. So just a quick pull and she fires right up. Throttle cable is broken, but we'll get that figured out here pretty quick. I've got a spare. We'll go ahead and put on it. And the kill switch currently right now is just a piece of wire, but we'll get that fixed too. So stick around with me. We're going to go over this, taking it apart, kind of cleaning it up, making it look a little better. And hopefully I can close out this week's video with a little bit of trail time with me and the boys on Saturday or Sunday. So stick around. All right, guys, as I mentioned, this week we're going to take just a little bit of a break from the chopper, primarily because I'm waiting on a couple of parts to come in. And we've kind of had a change in plans with the chopper that we will debut, I guess you would say, next Monday. Hopefully you guys are going to be excited about the change. I know I am. May even change whether I sell it or not, but I can't keep them all, so we probably will go ahead and sell it. But so we're going to go ahead and get started tearing this little Moto apart. All I'm really going to do is pull the front end off, swap the forks out so I can put a tire on it. We're going to add a throttle cable to it, a couple other things, clean it up real good, paint the seat. I've got some vinyl paint. I know that's not the best way to go, but it's just a temp fix. We're going to see what we can get done. So stick with me. I'll probably just swap into time lapse here and do some music, because I'm still learning the whole talking while I'm working thing. You know, I'm not used to it. I feel a little silly talking, working by myself, but need another table just to sit shit on. So let's do that. Let's grab the other table. Absolutely love these tables. I've had them for years. Most people use them for picnics. I use them for projects. I'm pretty impressed this thing that all the stickers and all the other stuff are still in good shape on. So these Allens or Phillips? They're Phillips too. I get so ADD with, I want to start the next thing, and next thing you know, I've got 30 things started and none of them finished, but I'm sure you guys know that, how that goes. At least I know you do. Yeah, Jim, I know you do. How many projects do you have that aren't finished? But I treat it as therapy. Yeah, I mean, all of us have stuff we like to do to keep us focused on task, whatever you want to say. And for me, I mean, it really is stuff like this. It's piddling in the garage. I like it a lot when I've got the boys out here to help, but today's an off Friday for me, so just dropped them off at school, and come on, there you go. I can't believe all four of them came loose without a big fight. That says a lot too. I mean, it's been in the weather, but you can tell it's not old. The guy I got it from said it was a 2020 model, but you never know. I mean, I'm pretty impressed so far looking at it. I mean, everything is still in real good working order. The rear brakes are in good shape. That's it. Forks are off. Very, very simple setup. And I'm actually going to hold on to these triple tree pieces for the project that I'm going to build for myself later. It's a who knows what brand mini bike frame, but I'm going to put some suspension on the front, and we're going to take on my other frame. These two poles here are a little shorter where this rear piece comes out here. But we're going to cut off the seat support here, put a pivot point in it here, and I'm going to put a set of shocks. I'll show you the shocks. I just got them from the old Amazon. But they're inexpensive, lightweight mountain bike shocks, so they're not super stiff. I mean, I can even just push on them with my hands, so they will still be stiff enough to support. But they'll go here to give the rear suspension in the ass, not in the motorcycle, but just in the seat. So that'll be pretty fun on the other one. Gabe already asked me if I would do it for his, because his is a Coleman version of this Mega Moto. Uber dry yet, because it's perfect fit. Look at there. Yep. And as I said, super simple process. You literally just drop the bolt back through, and ta-da, we've got new forks on the front. Don't know if they will, but it'd be pretty cool if these bolts line up. Let's go to the top, see if they line up. Well, look at there. They'll line up just fine. So we'll be able to put the fender back on. That'll be good. It's all goodness. This is what I'm talking about how simple these things are. It's pretty, the hole there, you just slip the cable into the hole and come around the table. If you can go round in, you put it into the hole and then you slide the cable through that little slit right there. See, so it slides into the hole and the slit, and you just pull it back around. She sits right there. Little fine tuning. She's good to go. Make sure you put everything in there. Ow! Son of a bitch. You know, that is really hot because I was just grinding it. God dog. too tight. And I have. See? Old Mike knows a little bit. If I wouldn't have done that, I could have sent the mini bike across the fucking garage. It still needs a better spring on it. So maybe we can find a different. Oh, those are hooked together, ain't they? That's a governor spring. Let's see if that does better. I think we can live with that. We'll see. We'll find a spring. So I already pulled the bolts out of this. What I'm gonna do here, and I'm not gonna make you guys hang out and wait on me here. We've been here long enough today. But I'm gonna take a Scotch-Brite back, clean this up real good, and then I bought some of the vinyl paint, and we'll hit it with the vinyl paint. Then we'll take this outside, clean it all up, get it all nice and shiny, drive around the block a few times, whatever, test it out, and then I'll come back and show you when it's done. All right, y'all, we got it all finished up. It's all cleaned up. Chains lubed, throttles adjusted, brakes adjusted. Took it for a lap around the block. It ain't fast, but it sure is fun. So I'll walk you around it real quick. So, as you tell, we got the hard shock on it now, but it turned out really, really good. It cleaned up real nice. We painted the seat. I wish it wasn't quite as shiny as it is, but we might hit it with some satin clear or something just to kind of knock some of the shine off of it. But it all cleaned up really good. Brakes adjusted out good. Here's the piece I was fighting with on this throttle, because this throttle cable runs down below here. See here, it runs down below the bottom. It comes up through here, and this is your gas. But we got it all squared away now. So that's good. No, but it cleaned up really good. It runs down the road just fine. And I think Sebastian will like it. And if he doesn't, hell, I'll ride it. All right, so that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope this got your Monday started off well. Next week, we will be back on the chopper. And I'll give you one little hint as to where we're going. This should make it pretty obvious, but we're gonna turn it into a trike. These are gonna be the 2 rear tires. New wheels came in. We got the new axle already in, ready to go. Made up my brackets for it. We're about to start welding the plate on, but I've got the sprocket that I'm waiting on. Get started on the trike piece of it next week. You would know that I've already painted the damn frame and everything else, and then we start sanding and cutting and welding on again. So no big thing, we just paint it again. But that'll be next week. All I'm waiting on right now to come in is the sprocket. That should come in tonight. If it does get in tonight, bang up easy. I just need the sprocket to see where I need to notch the support plate for the sprocket and the brake the brake disc. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, remember all that other stuff everybody else tells you. Subscribe, like, leave me a comment. Hope to see you next week. Have a great week.